Well, Sabbath greetings to everyone. I truly hope you had a wonderful week. It's been a great week here in Sussex. It's a little bit busy, as you can imagine, as we prepare for the upcoming holy days. There's a lot of writing that needs to be done this time of year, and not to mention just trying to wrap up everything for the Feast of Tabernacles and preparing for that wonderful occasion. I hope you too have begun preparing for the upcoming holy days. I want to make a couple of announcements, and then I'll get back to that topic before we close the video here. It'll be a short video this evening, but I wanted to announce here sort of publicly for those of you in the area that will be watching this video. Of course, the folks in Chicago already know this, but I wanted to let folks in the other areas in which I serve to let you know that we do, yay, it's time to celebrate and rejoice and give thanks to God. We do have a new local elder in the Chicago area, Mr. Klink, Mr. Carl Klink, who moved here from New Jersey just recently. Actually, last Sabbath was his first Sabbath with us in Chicago, and so we're very, very grateful to have him here in the area and serving there in Chicago as a local elder. And I know the brethren are excited there. We certainly, if you could and would, join with all of us in thanking God for that blessing. And it really is a blessing to have Mr. Klink here with us and serving the area. And I know we'll all look forward to getting to know him better as time goes on. But I wanted to just let everyone know, because I know there's been a lot of people praying about that situation, and certainly is wonderful to have that opportunity to have Mr. Klink here in the area. So back on this topic again, I hope your week was profitable. But you know, we can make these holy days profitable. And profitable means you actually gain something from it. From what you put in, you get it out. You know, if we're working, we own a business, we hope that what we put into it, you know, we get something back out of it. That's a profit. Hopefully we're not just breaking even in that sense, that we're just there, but we're actually profiting from these days. And how do we do that? How do we prepare to be ready to receive what God has in store for us through these holy days? You know, time is getting short, and we know that. We can look around us. We see what's happening in the world. I don't have to go through just the tremendous list of things that are happening in the world, in Europe and here at home and all around the world. But we know that time is short. And these holy days take on that much more meaning and a magnitude and a sense of urgency that every one of us should have, especially as we begin to approach these fall holy days that brings in the rest of the world. As we know, in the spring, it covers the first fruits, the role that we have, the way that God is working in our lives. And then later on in the fall, when we begin these fall holy days, He starts to bring the rest of the world into it, and how He's getting ready to intervene in human affairs. And He's already begun to do so, and we know that. We can see it, the beginning of sorrows. We can see these things beginning all around the world, and the stage is being set. I don't think there's any doubt about that. And so, what can we do to prepare for a profitable holy day season? Well, obviously one aspect is physically we can prepare. We need to be prepared when it comes to our offerings. Are we giving thought to it? Are we really thinking about what we can do to serve God in that way, and serve the work and serve the world in that way, that we can give generously and give not grudgingly but from the heart? You know, we need to be prepared in that way, and not just kind of clumsily throw something together at the last minute. But we can prepare for those things throughout the year and know how to really provide for a generous offering. That's part of preparing for these days. And you know, we prepare, I suppose, for the feast, certainly, for traveling to the holy days if we have to travel. All those things we need to be prepared for, so we are sure that we can make it. You know, and that takes preparation sometimes. And God commands that we're there. He commands it. They aren't suggested. They're commanded assemblies. And so we need to be prepared for that and do everything we can to prepare. And then obviously more importantly than that, than the physical preparation, is the spiritual preparation. Are we ready to wrap our minds around the concepts that we're going to be reviewing? And we review them every year. And there's a reason for that, because we need to be wrapping our minds around these powerful concepts that come about during the Feast of Trumpets, and the powerful nature of that holy day and what it pictures. It is just tremendous to think about, the tribulation coming very soon, and then beyond that, the day of the Lord and the trumpet plagues, certainly culminating and ending with the last trump, and of course that picturing the time when Christ will return, and we will receive our salvation. And then we have atonement. We understand that there's a need for that day of atonement, that time when Satan the devil is taken out of the way. And then that, of course, brings us to the Feast of Tabernacles, a wonderful time picturing the millennial reign of Jesus Christ and those saints who overcome and endure to the end. And then, of course, the last great day, and that, of course, picturing a time when the great white throne judgment takes place, and all those who have lived and died and never had the opportunity to know the truth and really repent and really accept Christ's sacrifice and really have His Spirit. There's a time when that is coming, and we review all these things at the holy days. We need to take it all in and really ask God to open our minds for what He has prepared for us. These days are never in vain. They are never just to be there. These days are powerful times of year to reflect and be reminded of our purpose in life and God's intervention in human affairs, and the fact that He is bringing an end to all things, and He's going to restore all things at the Feast of Tabernacles, and what that pictures, a time of restoration. And we are going to have our part in that. We're going to have a tremendous part in that. And we review all these things so that it is there to provide us with encouragement, with strength, with an understanding of the reality of God's plan and purpose, and the fact that we're getting very close to reaching the end of what we know of God's plan, and getting us through again, obviously, through to the New Jerusalem coming down out of heaven after the millennium and after all of that takes place. On beyond that, we don't know exactly. But we're reviewing these things at this time, and we can be preparing our minds to accept and to receive what God has prepared for us on these holy days. Not just, there kind of as a, to fill a seat, but to really, really take in what is prepared, that is being prepared for us, and that we can, we can gain profit from being there, that it will be a profitable time of year. So I hope you all have a fantastic Sabbath wherever you are. We plan on being in Milwaukee for this Sabbath. Looking forward to seeing everyone in Milwaukee. And then, of course, Thursday of next week we'll be meeting in Janesville for combined services. All of our congregations in the area except for Peoria will be combining for services there in Janesville, once again at the Pontiac Convention Center. Very nice, very lovely hall that God has blessed us with. And so I look forward to seeing everyone in Milwaukee, and many, many more of you gathering together for the awesome Feast of Trumpets there next Thursday. And I hope you all have a great, profitable, wonderful Sabbath wherever you are, that you will have a wonderful time preparing for these fall holy days. We love you all. We'll see you all very soon. Take care and have a wonderful Sabbath.